Well, this is it. Site's all packed up. My friends Steve and Karen already had to take off. Took me a little while longer to get everything packed up. This is what the site looks like, empty, except for, of course, my truck here. Everything's put away now. But the best part is just how close I am to the river here. It's just awesome here. So, beautiful view. It was nice listening to the river all night while I was going to sleep and everything. So, a lot of fun. Good to hang out with a couple friends for a little while, but now it's time to switch over to a more of a lone wandering wolf type adventure here, and I'm going to head up to Sugarloaf Campground. Same campsite I usually stay at, campsite number 4 again. Let's go have some fun out in the woods now. So good evening, everybody. I'm back here, actually back at Sugarloaf Campground. Sugarloaf 2 again, same site as before too. This is my 3rd time at this campground, 3rd time on the same site too. I like this site, I guess, but actually did some exploring around. I think I'm going to try site 18 one of these times. It's a bit more of a prime site, a little bit harder to get because everybody wants that site, but you can hear the river, you actually see the river from there, so you can't even hear it here. So anyway, I had a good time over at Crow's Nest Campground with my friends Karen and Steve. That was a good trip out there. It's good to get out with friends once in a while. And now back on a bit more of a traditional solo adventure right at the moment here up at Sugarloaf. I got here around 3 o'clock. It's now almost 7:30. I've been here for a little bit here, got the fire going. A little bit of a challenge there on that one. I had planned on stopping at my favorite stop on the way in, Foster's General Store, pick up some water and some firewood. Well, I got there and they were closed for renovations. Ugh. Great time for them to choose to do that, so they were shut down. I had to go scrambling trying to find someplace else to buy water, which was a big challenge. I ended up all the way up to Bethlehem, New Hampshire. Stopped at a Dollar General and they were sold out of water. Couldn't believe it. And I saw on the way back there, I figured, well, I'll try someplace in the other direction. And ended up stopping at a Circle K at a gas station and I found a gallon of water there, so at least I have water. Unfortunately, I haven't yet found any firewood. So I had 2 bundles that I brought from Round's Hardware Store back in Stoneham. Interestingly enough, it's USDA certified kiln-dried wood from Ossipee, New Hampshire, so at least it's from the state anyway. So I picked up, brought those along, but couldn't find any other firewood. I did scavenge through and found enough additional wood to at least have a good fire tonight, and hopefully we'll try to stretch it out as much as we can here. My brother might be joining us here tomorrow for an overnight stay, and I sent him a message there that if he does come, bring firewood. We'll see if he gets my message. But I'm up here a couple nights, just 2 nights there. My brother will come up tomorrow if he comes, and he'll stay overnight 1 night. And hopefully we'll get some hiking in. We'll see what happens here. Well, anyway, I'll show you around the campsite. Of course, I've got the fire going. Found some wood there. I was actually pulled up my handsaw and cut that piece off of another piece. Somebody obviously tried to burn a much bigger piece than they should have. But oh well. There's the 2 bundles I brought, plus some more sticks and stuff that I've been piling up. And here's the setup itself. No tropical storms this time, like the first time I stayed through here, so I can keep a much more open setup. And my usual bathhouse setup here. Both in here's a mess, also as usual. We're all set to go in here. Everything's set up here, so including the weather station and everything. So it should be good here, so we'll work on making some dinner next. I'm going to try making something I've never made before here. Campfire meatball sub. I don't know how well it's going to come out yet or anything like that, but we're going to give it a shot. So let's start off with the sub roll, of course. So yeah, these are pre-cooked frozen meatballs, but they've been thawed in the refrigerator while I've been up here. And my typical pizza sauce, because it comes in a nice small jar. You know, it's really hard to find food just for single people. It really is. Everybody wants to sell enough to feed a whole family. So it's hard. I have to buy pizza sauce in these smaller jars here. Okay, oops. Well, I'm going to cut these meatballs in half. It'll fit better. Certainly brought more meatballs than I needed, but we'll fit them in. One way or another, we'll fit them in. I'm going to eat well. I don't care. Sauce on. And I probably should mix all these meatballs and the sauce together in a bowl first, but I'm being lazy. Trying to make this an easy to make meal. More sauce. Yeah. I've undoubtedly made this way too big for myself. But you know what? I don't care. Okay, so we got some Parmesan cheese. Lots of Parmesan. Yum. All right. Make it snow. Yes, this is going to be a very cheesy sub too. I like my cheese. Some cheddar on top. I also brought along a slice of provolone from home. I'll set this aside. Oh, what a mess I made. Oh well. Carefully. This bulging sub roll here. And wrap it up in tinfoil. Just like that. Okay, we bring the sub over. And we just put it right on the fire pit like that. And let it get warm. Probably take about 20 minutes on the fire. And we should have a good feast. We just got this off the fire pit. It's been on there for, actually I left it a little longer than needed, so almost close to half an hour. So let's see how it came out here. It's kind of a thick sub, so I don't know if I've actually had enough time on the fire pit yet or not, but it's plenty warm. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I'll give you guys a closer look at it in a moment here. Kind of hot. I think that was actually a good amount of time on there. Don't mind the talking in the background there. That's the North Shore Radio Association Sunday Night Net. I'm connected up on a service called Echolink, which allows us ham radio operators to keep in touch even when we're out of range. And we can use the internet. Yep. Looks good. It's real good. There it is. You have to peel it off the tin foil. It's kind of stuck to it, but it looks good. Looks very good. I'm looking forward to trying this out. Cheese kind of got a little stringier than I would have liked. Oops, cat hairs on my knife. Unbelievable. Foiling.